Come on, Derek. You can do it. Be entertaining, but be informative. You can do it. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Live from an undisclosed location, it's time for a top 10 list. It's very pertinent to my life, and I'm pretty excited to share it with you. Top 10 ways to improve your coffee experience. I mean, you may like it. You may like your Folgers. You may like your Starbucks. But if that's where you're at, I got good news that we can elevate your coffee experience. So keep an open mind and just try to, I'm not trying to disparage your coffee. I'm really not. If you're happy, then I'm happy. But if you want more, there is more. I've been dabbling in high quality coffee for 8 years now, and I'm still finding ways to make it better and more enjoyable. And it's become a hobby, much like pipe smoking and cigars. So here we go. Top 10 ways to improve your coffee experience. Number 10, educate yourself. There's websites, there's coffee shops, there's Voxer chats. So if you want to get in on one of those Voxer chats, you can contact Boontar. There's all kinds of coffee out. There's all kinds of coffee websites. There's great information out there. Find it, use it. Number 9, improve your drinkware. If you're drinking coffee at home, use a nice thick-walled ceramic mug. Sometimes they come with double-walled, but that helps retain heat. If you're taking the little to-go cups, get a stainless steel thing like a thermos, Stanley, a Contigo. Just get something that seals up really good. And the big issue is heat retention. You want it to keep your coffee warm. You don't want the temperature to drop. So like the hard plastic to-go things, that ain't gonna cut the mustard. And I see a lot of those are given away free, like little swag packages. No, don't do it. Get you something high quality. It's worth it. Number 8 out of the top 10 ways to improve your coffee experience. Additives, as in quit using them. Chocolate chip cookie dough, snickerdoodle creamer, mint. Those things are really designed to mask the flavor of stale or over roasted coffee, but it really has no place with a good high quality coffee. So might want to avoid that. I like to use milk, like just milk or cream, and maybe a little bit of sweetener. And even in my experience, I've been trying to limit that or eliminate it completely, because coffee, when it's fresh and it's brewed right, it has excellent flavors on its own that you're going to want to experience. You're not going to want to cover it up with snickerdoodle. Number 7, throw out your Mr. Coffee. Throw out your automatic drip. They don't work that good. They don't brew your coffee hot enough. Get yourself a manual brewing method. Get yourself a Clever coffee dripper or an AeroPress or a manual pour over. They have them in the grocery stores. Little Melitas. They got the little plastic little pour over. You put the filter in there, you dump in your coffee, and then you take hot water and you pour it. Couldn't be easier. I mean, it's a little bit more of an effort, but it yields much, much better coffee than most commercially available coffee pots. Number 6 is, for the best coffee, you're going to have to quit going to Starbucks, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, your gas station, truck stops. They're not carrying the fresh, the best coffee out there. They're not carrying the best. It's usually stale. It's usually over roasted. And it's not doing you any favors. It's got caffeine, that's it. There's better coffee out there. All right, number 5. Try cold brew. Make you some cold brew. It's real easy. Look it up. I'll make a video on it soon. I promise I'll make a video on that. I mentioned this a few months ago, back when it was still warm. I've got a great way to make it. It's real easy. It's really good. You'll love it. Number 4. Now this is a big one. Is to fix your brewing process. Now I could do a top 10 list on top 10 ways to improve your brewing process. But what it comes down to is if you're using a manual method like an AeroPress or a pour over, you would want to do something like improve your ratios, your brew time, and your temperature. You want your temperature to be just under boiling. You're going to want your ratio to be about 1 gram, one gram of coffee, 1 gram of coffee for every milliliter of water, for every 15 mils, 1 to 15. That's a good starting point. And I may be losing you here, but when you get into manual brewing methods, there's a lot of fundamentals of brew time, temperature, ratios that will drastically improve your processes. I could go more into it, but I'm going to lose you. Number 3, get a high quality burr grinder. This is very important. When you get into the great home coffee thing, there's going to be freshly roasted coffee, and you're going to need a high quality burr grinder to get that. Don't get the little $10 blade grinder. Get you a burr grinder. Number 2. Now this was my number 1, but I have a better number 1. Number 2 is to get yourself fresh coffee beans, freshly roasted coffee beans. This is so important. If the beans you're using are less than 2 weeks old, they are stale. If they have been ground up for more than 2 minutes before you brew with them, it's stale. It's very important that you get fresh beans. You can roast your own. You can order them from websites. You can go to a coffee shop or a coffee house that makes them. I've done all 3 of them, and they each have their strengths. If you want something that's cheap and easy, roast your own. There's websites out there where you can go to get green coffee beans. But the number 1 way to improve your coffee experience is to go to a legitimate third wave coffee house. We're talking about a coffee house that has freshly roasted coffee. It has baristas that know what they're doing. And you really kind of have to research that a little bit. But that is the experience. That is where you're going to go to get the best coffee of your life. I was just in Lubbock, Texas this past weekend. Went to a couple of coffee houses there. Had a phenomenal shot of espresso. Had some great cappuccinos. And took home a nice to-go cup of pour-over coffee. Find yourself a great third wave coffee shop. Go in, order an espresso, order a cappuccino, and get you a pour-over coffee. If it takes them a long time and they're real fussy over the way they prepare it, that's a good sign. Talk to these people. Ask them, where do you get your coffee? Who roasts it? And they're going to say, oh, we use... if they don't know, if they can't really, if the barista don't know, and you don't, then you probably not gonna know. If you look inside a coffee shop and they're selling things like Chemex, V60, or AeroPress, that's a good sign. So get out and find ways to improve your own coffee experience. I'll be happy to answer any questions. You can hit me up in the comment section. Find me on Voxer or on Instagram. There's resources out there. We will improve your coffee life. That's about 10 minutes or 9 minutes down. Let's end this here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you haven't, or if you have. You can like if or not, I don't care. Just thank you so much for watching and hanging out with my channel. Take care. Bye.